All right, I'm good.
All right, hey Dread,
Hello.
what's up, dude?
It's going great.
We decided that the podcasts were too heavily influenced by what was going on with the dev interviews,
Yep, they
and
were.
and Carve putting his job on the line, spoiling so much information at one time during the Gazzy interview, right?
He just whipped it out, man.
He
Just
did.
whipped it all out.
All right, so we're gonna do some fun content. This is not a podcast. It kind of is. People have been talking about melee skills because during the dev interview, a suspicious number of times when Gazzy asked about melee, both Mike and Carve both like awkwardly paused and looked at each other. I'm like, So because of that, there was subsequent conversation that popped up in Twitch chat talking about Lunge. And some people seem to think that Lunge is one of the best movement skills in the game.
Oh, actually, so what happened was, so Mike was talking. Oh, Carve was talking about the quote unquote benefits of being melee.
Yeah.
And one of them, he was like, well, what we could do is like you could just use Lunge. Lunge is a really good ability. We could like shave off the cooldown of it a little bit, right, and make it better. That's like a way we can make melee better. And that made Perry and I both cringe.
So they could, because like Lunge has like multiple abilities. If it didn't scale mana cost, like maybe if it cost 0 mana and had a cooldown of 1 second, like that could be cool.
Wait, we're spoiling it.
Maybe.
We'll put Lunge at the end. Here you go.
All right, done. All right, so Lunge at the very thing. So we have a list of hopefully all of the movement skill things in the game. We probably missed something. Like somebody just mentioned phrase retreat, unique catalyst. Like that's not here.
Oh, I like that does not count.
But like
also, what the fuck?
Most of these things are
from Werebear,
are real skills. So we're gonna talk about a tier list of the skills. How are we doing this? What's the qualifications?
Qualifications. Yeah. So the criteria that we're going to be rating
this is the word I meant.
Are two different criteria. First things off, utility. You can have a terrible skill for mobility, but it could be insane utility.
Yeah.
Like while we're here, I'm just trying to think of like one. What would be?
I would say shift. Can we start there?
Yeah, shift does not. Yeah, shift does not have like the best utility ever, but not the best. I'm sorry, not the best mobility.
Yeah,
but it has insane utility, which is why it is used so much.
Super strong. Do it. Let's start with shift like immediately.
Yeah. Well, the other criteria as well is just mobility, just pure mobility.
Yeah, like where does it put you on the screen? How fast does it put you there?
Yeah. All right. So to respond to chat. I didn't put Rampage in because like I don't really count that, and I didn't put I did put Reap. There's Reaper Form wherever it is. I don't know where Reaper Form went. It should be here. I don't know why it's not here.
Yeah, whatever.
We'll type it later. Whatever. But yeah, I didn't. I also didn't say dive because I don't really count dive for that.
I really hoped that dive was going to be a thing because like it reminded me of like Final Fantasy, like Sid jumping around with the pole arm, like. Nah, it's just it never materialized.
Let's just use it, sure.
Yeah.
All right, let's start this.
So shift is like pretty low on movement. Like it only moves you like a very set distance. But it has so much utility. It's got damage, quality of life. It gives you like mana regeneration. It gives you health regeneration. It gives you shuriken access. Like it gives you shadows. Gives you access to like Umbral Blade on shadow generation. It gives you everything. It's got so much stuff built in. Like there's very few nodes that like I would never take. Maybe like the middle left nodes for bow stuff. But I've even taken those too.
So shift actually is the actual linchpin of an entire archetype, i.e. a combo rogue with like the auto crit node being really good for stuff like Hail of Arrows.
Like this is an S tier skill, right?
Yeah, I think it is an S tier. I would just put an S tier.
Like low mobility, super high utility.
Well, it also has it may have low mobility, but it has super low cooldown, which matters way more, right? Like that's also matters because like you can have like a skill that has like for instance, a good example, Healing Hands. It doesn't like move that fast, but it has a really low cooldown, right? Like who cares? So yeah, shift definitely S tier.
So what's a skill that we can grab from like the very opposite end, where it's like very low utility but like giga movement?
Stormcrows. Literally, Stormcrows is just a teleport, pretty much. You just use it to teleport.
So we're trying not to rate these skills based on damage. We're rating these based on like their use as a movement skill and like utility as a movement skill. So it's like very low utility. It doesn't really do much. Like maybe you're using it to like stack intelligence and give yourself ward or something. But yeah, okay. Is this S?
Yeah.
I wouldn't put this S.
No. I'm putting it in C. It's
C tier?
usable, but okay. So it's an instant teleport, which bumps it up a few up. Like because like
Okay.
there are mobility skills
it's not
that aren't
F tier.
an
Yeah.
instant teleport.
Okay.
It's not F tier. It's an instant teleport. So the main problem with some of Stormcrows is it is attached to a minion. Imagine if your teleport had like it was attached to a minion.
And like
right?
you needed the minion to be alive in order to teleport.
Yep.
Sure.
you
Okay.
do. So that's why I'm putting it here. If it wasn't for that, it'd be like B probably. But
What if your Stormcrow couldn't take damage and never died?
Well, it'd be up around here. It's not as good as the thing is it provides almost little to no utility.
Yeah,
as well.
virtually none.
Like there's the good berry stuff, but like that requires like such specific setups and like there's this like pretty much like if you're using for a teleport, you're using it for a teleport. Let's be real, right? But yeah, I'm gonna put.
How
C
about
tier.
I want to Twitch chat brought up a good option or something to be the total opposite of shift. Like if there is a total opposite, what about Shield Rush? Shield Rush has basically no utility.
Yeah, it is only for movement.
Mm-hmm.
So Shield Rush, I'm an avid like I dislike Shield Rush.
I love Shield Rush damage.
Yeah,
Love that.
but as a movement skill, like the biggest problem is like, so the meta has slowly moved towards like Shield Rush was a lot better when you just ran from point A to point B
through the entire
finish
echo,
effective.
ignoring everything along the way. Yep.
It no longer really serves that purpose because I think that so we're going to talk about this later, but I think Healing Hands is the better Shield Rush.
Totally agree
because
with you there.
It doesn't cost mana. It feels better to use.
You're likely
likely
speccing it anyways, and it has iframes built into it. You're not taking damage.
Yeah, and like it has like so much utility as well. So it is just the better Shield Rush. As someone who has played a lot of Sentinel, as someone who enjoys Sentinel, I think Shield Rush is definitely better than Stormcrows. I would put it in B tier.
B tier?
Like, I think it's a solid B tier skill. It does the movement. It feels good. You can go in a straight line. The biggest problem is like
it costs a lot of mana.
It's also map layout as well.
Yeah,
like,
true.
It's very important.
Like if you mess up your Shield Rush and like hit a wall early on, it feels atrocious.
There's like an inside area. It's shit. Like it's very dependent on the area.
Mm-hmm. Let us
Like,
steer during Shield Rush. Yeah.
Also, Shield Rush is also just really old too.
It is.
So
it is. I don't think it's supposed to be a DPS skill, but like it's got some fucking crazy multipliers on it.
So what do you think would be a solid A tier skill?
An A tier skill? Like I want to talk about the basic ones first because I feel like the niche ones are gonna be like much harder to evaluate.
Well, no, that's what I mean. Is like
What about Fury Leap? Like it's a pretty basic skill, right?
Fury Leap, the biggest problem
A tier, B tier. It's better than Shield Rush. Whoa! Is it not better than Shield Rush?
The cooldown is a 6-second cooldown at base.
That's fine.
It's
like evades in the game.
Like also like it locks you up as well. Like there is kind of some funny cheese where you can use it to immune through like Aberoth's fucking dot pool. It's so slow
like
too.
The animation at the beginning used to be super clunky. Like you paused and then you jumped.
Yeah.
They got rid of that, so it doesn't feel nearly as clunky anymore. I also think it has a lot of utility in it.
It does.
And like I don't know what A tier. Like you can put an A tier right now. It's probably going to drop down to like high B tier. I think it's better than Shield Rush.
I'll put it here. Yeah, we'll do it from left to right. By the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
How we feel about it. So, all right, cool. All right. Well, I guess we can just go through the list now, right?
Well, and I want to do like the basic ones first. Like so we have to talk about teleport and transplant. So let's talk about teleport first.
That's true.
Like teleport is going to be an S tier skill. It moves beyond where your like mouse cursor is. It goes like a screen and a half if you're going to a corner of your.
The free spell synergy is really good. It has good. It has 250 flat armor on it.
Yep.
It has ward on it.
Like it's got minions, dude. It's got to be good.
Okay, shut up. It took me 8 minutes to kill a empowered Lagan with teleport.
With the two teleport minions,
Mhm.
basic attack.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna put it above shift. Like,
I
let's be
would put it
real.
above shift too. Like shift is crazy good, but
It's
teleport's
an
just like it's
instant
perfect.
teleport with such a long range while also sharing utility. I
Mhm.
think teleport is the perfect like example of a skill that has everything going for
Mhm.
it. And it's like one of the main reasons why mage just feels so good to play in comparison
How
to
do you
like
feel about like spec skills versus like unspec skills? Because like TP does
uh
it does a lot of the same things without
oh
being
yeah,
spec at all.
shift teleport are really good on spec. I wouldn't play fear, like it's like whatever. But the problem with saying that is like this requires spec,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, like that would be like a little bit more granular.
Yeah, we can mention that. That's probably not going to be reflected in this list,
Yeah,
but talking about whether
we will
something like
mention
needs to
it.
be like spec or not. Let's go
All right,
transplant next. S tier
S tier.
below teleport above shift.
So I mean, it used to be here, but they nerfed it like 5 times in a row because Lich, never gets to have anything. So let's talk about like what it gives you, right? It gives you a free sacrifice cast, which is relevant for mana management.
Mm-hmm.
It gives you haste and frenzy, which is really good.
Very good. It gives you lots of extra hits. It gives you bone curse as well.
Because you cast a bone curse, it actually does decent damage.
Mm-hmm.
Gives you mana back when you use it. You can do that. Gives you something that people don't really talk about that often is there's that node that sucks up your life, but then it gives it back to you over a few seconds.
I like that
That's
node.
really good because
I
that
like it.
keeps going even if it goes to the top. So you can actually leech back your health and then have like even more sustain because of it. There's like a lot of synergy in that regard. I think transplant. I'll be honest, like I put it here. I would just put it here.
Really above teleport?
Yeah, every time I have the teleport is cool and all, but transplant gives you haste and frenzy with almost 100% uptime. It's not
Frenzy, haste, execute,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like additional hits, rip blood, bone curse, mana, armor.
If we're talking about like from a pure utility standpoint in terms of like mobility and all that too, having haste on your teleport is pretty fucking
it's pretty
good.
wild, right?
Yeah. Teleport gives stun immunity. Yeah, it does give stun immunity, but that's behind like the cooldown node though.
There's technically a 1x4 idol that also gives you stun immunity.
Yeah. Also gives haste with 100% uptime. You have to gain the haste through a different source though. You have to gain it through like haste on traversal, and then you get to keep it. But then you also have to like maintain it. So if you don't teleport or whatever, you'll lose that buff. So it's actually generically just worse than the.
Well,
And
also like
remember,
if you're saying that every skill here gains haste on teleport, if you're using like the affix that gives you that.
Well, it gives you haste and frenzy
I like
right?
it.
And frenzy.
Is
right?
there anything on this? Is there anything on this list that's as good as transplant and teleport?
Oh no, transplant's the coup de grace. Like, I mean, you could argue, but like,
I don't think aerial assault belongs.
Yeah.
And if
actually,
there were S plus, it would be transplant. Teleport.
You know what? Wait a moment. Actually, I think there is a skill that's better, but I'm gonna leave that for later.
Oh, is it Shadow Cascade? Okay, we'll get there.
You'll see.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
There's a skill that's better.
I think if there were an S plus, I would put transplant and teleport in it, and then I would like 45 minutes later, I would critically think about whether something else belongs there as well. But let's talk about the basic skills as well. We can put healing hands on this. I think healing hands is a great addition to the game. It gives you. I think
healing hands is solid A tier.
I think it's fine. I don't personally like it. I wish that it had the same functionality as Shield Rush, where it went in a straight line and not to where your mouse is. I find it clunky for that reason. But lots of people like healing hands. Like, you can't really argue against it. If you're doing anything melee, it has lots of synergy. If you're doing spell stuff, I guess you're not really using it, but like you're already speccing it to get like a second melee hit for any kind of like armor.
It also gives you like 11% more damage versus void enemies, which is like literally every single harbinger now, and
like less damage taken, right? Like less damage taken from void necrotic.
We literally interact with those all day, every day.
True. Like healing hands. Yeah, I think healing hands is fine. I might try to like it might sink down to B as well, depending on what else is in there. But I think A is fine.
I'm pretty happy with the solid A tier after playing with it for a lot. Like it's like it's like if like Shield Rush was good, in my opinion. That's like how I would.
If Shield Rush were like updated, it's old.
Yeah.
It's just old. It's got way too many damage multipliers on it to be like a
Well,
normal.
is there anything else we're missing?
For like normal skills. Normal skills.
Lunge, but we're leaving that for last.
Uh,
we're leaving Lunge.
Flame Rush. Flame Rush is like a normal traversal skill.
Flame Rush. Yeah, Flame Rush. Flame Rush. So Flame Rush is interesting.
I have an idea where to put it.
My problem with Flame Rush is it exists in the same microcosm that Teleport lives in. And the problem is, it's like, what would you rather run? Flame Rush gives you a lot of DR, especially against damage over time. It gives you access to Runic Invocation, very nicely, by the way. It gives you access to a bunch of different skills. It's really good. It's just like, is it as good as Teleport? That's the problem, right?
All right, so I would rate it A tier. I would put it squarely under Shift. Probably above Healing Hands. I think it feels better than Healing Hands does.
Yeah, I could see
it does have a lot of.
Well, even if it didn't, it just provides more utility. Like taking 27% less damage from dodge.
Yeah, and like it gives you access to like Static Orb and automating your access to.
And it also automates your CFC, right?
Yeah. So. What's the 25% DR that you get from Static Orb? What's that called?
Yeah. It's the Lightning Aegis. Yeah.
Yeah, the other Flame Ward. Yeah, that one. Why does Mage have so much DR?
Yeah, and then like
yeah,
it's just really weird that we can list all those benefits and it's still worse than Teleport.
Yeah, but like I think Flame Rush feels great to use as well.
Oh, it's amazing to use. Like every time I use it, it's just the problem is like so. Most of the time, when you're playing a mage build, because of how many procs that exist in the class now, you're usually running an unspecialized movement skill. And Teleport is a better unspecialized movement skill than Flame Rush is. Like hands down.
Agreed.
Like,
Agreed.
It's so much better, right? Because like remember, Flame Rush is cool and all, but it locks you down as you're using it, while Teleport is just like a one and done, and you're done, right?
It also goes like over dangerous like projectiles or something. Like
it's pretty good.
Like a lagging beam of damage, you go over it with Teleport.
Like if this was a Sentinel skill, it'd be like one of the best Sentinel skills in the game.
Yes.
So. Can
you imagine? Oh man, yeah. All of these skills would be like the best Sentinel skill in the game.
Like imagine if they reworked Shield Rush, like they just gave Flame Rush to Sentinel and then just like changed the name, and then it'd be the new Shield Rush. We're good to go. Yeah,
I like the idea.
That's how I feel about it. I think A tier is fine where it's at.
All right, so we've covered the normal traversal skills. What I guess not Lunge. I think Aerial Assault. Can we talk about that next?
Aerial Assault? Yeah. I haven't used it much. You're the Falconer guy here now.
So. How on earth am I the Falconer guy? Definitely F tier because it's a Falconer. I've never F for Falconer.
I've never played Falconer, remember?
It might be S. I'm going to put it in A.
Oh, I put it in F as a joke, by the way. But
good. I don't think it's S, but I think it's a really strong A. Probably better than Flame Rush.
I'll be honest, I would put it at the bottom of S.
You think it's that good?
Yeah, it's like
wild.
One of the main reasons why Falconer feels so good.
It's not quite S tier like in mobility because it's not a blink, right?
Well, it doesn't have like also that percentage mana missing as well. Like there's so many different reasons to use it right now.
Yeah,
it's too clunky.
Just the fact that it's not a blink, and like it doesn't have like damage immunity while you're like teleporting.
I could see it here. Yeah,
I would put it at like the top of A tier. It's a wild skill.
I need to look at the tree again real quick so you can keep talking about it.
Sure. So the things that come to mind immediately, because like I haven't played Falconer recently.
So you can get 50% missing health recovered.
Yes.
You can give 9%.
And you can convert that to ward as well.
Convert it to ward. It reduces cooldown. Like it is just chock full of utility.
Yes.
Here and there, oodles and boodles. Like it may be a little clunky per se, and then of course you have like the feather storm stuff.
It's also like similar to Shift, where it's like build enabling for a handful of builds.
Yeah, it's hard for me to put it anywhere under where we put it.
I think like top of A, like maybe nothing else goes on top of it.
I think A is fine. Yeah.
A for Aerial, beautiful.
A for Aerial.
All right, how about I chose Aerial Assault. What's the next one you want to do?
I want to talk about Javelin because I think it's insanely underrated.
Okay. I hate it.
If you don't know, Javelin, there's a node that allows you to like when you use the banner, you can use it to teleport to the
Yeah,
end
I
or
call it
whatever.
Jarvan the Fourth from
Yeah.
or J4 from
So
League of
the
Legends.
reason why I think it's insanely underrated is what people don't understand is it does not gain the traversal tag, meaning it does not share a cooldown. Back in the day, back in the olden days, you used to be able to run stuff like volatile reversal, lunge, and smite, teleport all at the same time until they introduced the traversal stuff. And that's kind of how it feels. The fact that you can use javelin and healing hands at the same time in the same build gives you so much mobility. It is like one of the only ways to actually feel fast in terms of monolith clear. I don't know if you've ever seen gameplay of me playing with healing hands and
I
javelin.
have.
It is like one of the most exhilarating things ever for a sentinel.
Right,
Like,
yeah, Force Sentinel is a big asterisk to put on the end of that.
So
it's like
I would
Javelin,
put it-
like tossing it, like
here.
it kind of tosses slow unless you have like throwing speed for some
I
reason.
think it's better. I think it's better than Fury Leap.
Is
I
it
think
B tier?
Yeah.
It does
Well,
it does have
okay,
utility.
it
It's got a
would-
lot of utility in it.
No, it would be down here. It would be down here. But the fact that it doesn't gain the traversal tag and you can use a traversal skill on top of it is what puts it here.
Okay, I would put it in C tier. I think it feels pretty clunky to use. It does have good utility, especially if you're stacking attunement on it.
Yeah.
Well,
like I said.
Okay, so as it stands, you like B, but like if you're using it as a primary like movement skill and like the only other thing you have like is evade.
It's the secondary movement skill.
Okay,
It's the best
if it were the only.
Oh yeah.
If it were the only, I put it in C tier.
Oh yeah, it would be in C tier.
Gotcha.
The only reason I would put it in B tier here is the fact that you can actually run.
Okay. All right. I'm okay with that. That's good. Good input to have there.
Being able to use them both is what brings it up. Otherwise, it would be down. So
Twitch chat calls Surge a normal movement skill. So let's talk about Surge next. I think Surge has the same. Surge is the same caveat as like Flame Rush, where like. It exists next to teleport, and Surge is even worse because it exists next to teleport and Flame Rush. So Surge is a damage skill that technically traverses you, so we opted to include it on this list. But like it has iframes, right?
It has iframes,
and it also has
it does cast Fire Ward, so
and it looks cool. So like
bam, no, no, it's F.
Yeah.
Like the thing is, like if we just want to let you know we're not thinking about damage because that doesn't count for this. Okay, we're putting it in F. I'm putting it in F. As a actual movement skill, if that's what you care about, it is an F. Its utility, it's great, isn't it? You get like 10 fire auras, Perry.
Doesn't it shoot out like a tidal wave too?
Yeah. You know the Alluvian tidal wave. Everyone's bouncing.
And you can double up on it. You can have double tidal waves.
Yeah. Also has a lower starting CD and a bunch of skill specific CD. Yes, but have you seen how far it goes?
It's literally not that. But like, yeah, the very first thing that I said, like Twitch chat is saying, like it's not that bad. Like it's not that bad. But like you're
not using it as a movement skill. You're using it because it does damage. I put an F because the problem is like you gotta think of it as well. Like you have to like think of it in comparison in its class because like you're never gonna use it for a movement skill. You're using it as damage. You're like, why would you ever use it?
I guess if it were, how about this? If it was the only movement skill available to Spellblade, and you weren't allowed to use teleport, where would you put it?
Oh, like probably here, like maybe, like I don't know. It's like the utility it gives is not that high, and the mobility it gives is not that high, which is literally the whole point of this, right?
True.
Like that's what we were talking about. Like, what does it give you? Like, what does it give you?
It's got iframes.
I don't know. All of these others, like most of them, right?
Not all of them. Very notably, not all of them.
But they either teleport or give you iframes, right? I solidly believe that like if you're using this for movement, it's F.
It can zigzag.
Even unspecialized flame rush is better because it gives you damage reduction while you're using it.
True. All right. So if Surge is here, let's talk about Void Cleave next. And I think I've used Void Cleave as a movement skill more often than you have. Like, it's a thing that deals damage, but like using it as a movement skill genuinely feels very good.
Oh yeah, I've noticed it.
I really like Void Cleave as a movement skill. Like it hits things, it deals damage, which is nice because you're using it with 200 weapons. So likely you have some damage on it as well. But like it feels really good. It's got like a little hop, skip, and a jump at the beginning of it. But it can apply crit vulnerability. It can apply Void Shred. It has access to other skills like proccing your Abyssal Echoes for you.
Yeah, it's got utility.
I guess it's really not that much. Yeah, is it better than Shield Rush? I feel like I would rather use it.
I think because it feels good to use, because you got to remember, like I said before, we have to think of it in context of the class. We're comparing this to shit like Lunge. So like, yeah, I think it's better. Yeah, it's fine.
Fury Leaf's definitely better. I think this is fine. Like under Fury Leaf above Shield Rush.
I think it only gets here, like here to here, because this feels awful to use. This feels amazing to use.
Oops.
I think that's the difference.
Wait, hold up. There we go. That's
there
good.
You go.
Void Shred, Time Rod, Abyssal Echo.
It has utility too.
Yeah, it does stuff.
But it's not your first thought when you think of like, I want a movement skill, right? As well.
Good. But like
it's still good, yeah.
It fits in. It fits real nicely.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, it's really good if you're doing like the weapons, right? Because it's like it's just a slot that it saves you too.
It's like you'd rather be using this than like an unspec'd
Lunge.
something else. Yeah, the other one. All right, so I picked Void Cleave. What do you want to pick?
I'm gonna pick Runic Invocation. I'm just gonna go right ahead. I'm gonna like put it like here.
All right, so you gave like CFC, or just like let's give it a shout out to Amarathi as well, because Amarathi spent a lot of time playing Runic Invocation when Rune Master was here.
It can get a 2-second teleport CD while also giving you like it's like it can be used for damage, which we're not using as a metric here, by the way, but that is relevant. Like
Runic Invocation does have a lot of good like temporary buffs.
It gives you cast speed.
Yep.
Gives you like ward when you cast. It can give you a lot of ward actually. Like there's so much that's good about Runic Invocation as just a utility skill that like I'm fine with putting it here.
So
and
like Aerial Assault, like Shift, it can be like build defining as well.
I call it. I think, in my opinion, it's like a different flavor of teleport, right? In my opinion, it's like it just feels like a different flavor of teleport.
Isn't it like only like a small hop in front of you?
No, you don't hop or anything like that. No, it's a teleport. It's literally an instant teleport.
Oh, is it actually a teleport?
Yeah.
Oh shit, dude! Have I used this thing? It's literally teleport. I thought it was like I thought it was like a shift distance in front of you.
Literally teleport.
It's literally teleport. Oh my god, I've never used this thing.
It's teleport with CFC attached to it, which puts it really high. The only like I don't know, man. I want to put it here because of that. Because it's so
I've
good.
Clearly never used this thing before.
Yeah.
But what do you think? Better than Shift? I think I've got a really high opinion of Shift.
No, I don't put it better than Shift.
Okay.
Because like its utility, like CFC is good, but it got nerfed. Before CFC, it'd be like here. But like, since CFC got nerfed twice, like it's fine.
Yeah, the top right node on Runic Invocation is the hop. But like we're not rating that anywhere.
No one uses that. I tried using it. It's awful.
No one's. It got buffed.
Yeah. The fact you can reduce the cooldown of it, the fact it gives you cast speed and flat damage, CFC, like I feel pretty solid of putting it here as a movement.
Talking about it right now, is Runic Invocation a reason to be a Rune Master over a Sorg?
Yes. Yeah. Well, almost. It's like part of the butter that like greases the wheels, right? In my opinion.
So like if it shifts, if the meta shifts a little bit, but a Sorg's not like the best of everything. Like maybe Runic Invocation is
if you're playing a build that doesn't care about mana stacking, like is a lot easier to like fit in, like being a Rune Master.
Interesting. Okay. I like it.
All right. What do you want to pick?
Yeah, you picked Runic. Let's pick. I want Smoke Bomb. Because we were just talking about Shift in comparison to Runic Invocation.
Oh. That's going like right here.
Really? I've got a high opinion of Smoke Bomb too. I do not think it's better than Transplant.
Let me convince you. All right.
Okay, hold on. I would put Smoke Bomb like high A tier, maybe better than like Aerial Assault. It has mad utility and good distance traveled.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead. Better than Transplant?
Mm-hmm. Okay, all right. Let me give you an idea. So first things off, its mobility. It is insane. Its mobility is insane.
Yes.
If anyone has ever tried playing with Smoke Bomb utility,
I like it. I like it, but it
absurd.
also means like you're not specking shift, so it's got a real opportunity cost there.
It does.
Okay.
But Silver Shrouds,
Yes.
5-second Silver Shroud on command.
Mm-hmm.
10% base crit for bows if you need it.
Mm-hmm.
I think like fucking.
He's just reading the notes.
Isn't it like 20 flat melee and throwing flat? Shadow generation, smoke bomb application, dusk shroud dodge as well.
Sure. If you're standing in it, yeah.
Yeah. Cleanse.
The cleanse is a good shout out.
Cleanse, like I'm legitimately just like armor shred second. I don't think that's that relevant.
That's not relevant at all. No way.
Like
I would say realistically
800
for smoke bomb, like when I think about it, I would say like Silver Shroud and cleanse. Like that's what it's really doing for you.
Yeah, it's really good. Like I think it being immune to damage every few seconds is superior to having the armor stacking of shift, in my opinion. That's why I put it above shift. I would put Smoke Bomb above shift now. After playing with a lot, if I have the opportunity to play with Smoke Bomb instead of shift, I will play with Smoke Bomb.
That's wild.
Like I have played with it enough on every whenever I get to actually run Smoke Bomb traversal, it is like one of the best things ever. Because remember, we're on a boss.
Mm-hmm.
It just gives you Silver Shrouds every 5 seconds. There's not that many bosses that gets through that. You know, like there's not that many.
Mm-hmm.
Like legitimately, like the only one I could think of like that gets out of it like very consistently is like Aberoth. So it's just like I would at least put it here at the very least. I think it's better than shift. Silver Shroud is so broken.
But like I guess oftentimes my builds have shift as movement skill and like Smoke Bomb not as movement skill.
Oh yeah, I agree. It's only because it puts the Silver Shroud from a 10-second cooldown to a 5-second cooldown. That is the biggest, and I mean the biggest reason that.
Okay, I haven't thought about that.
Yeah,
instead
like
of 10 seconds, 5 seconds. Okay.
Remember, that's a base cooldown. You can scale the cooldown even more because it's just negative cooldown duration, which means you can scale cooldown and get it all. Like, imagine getting a Silver Shroud every 3 seconds. Doesn't that sound broken as hell?
Twitch chat's getting convinced as well. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Shift has culling strike though.
I don't care about that. Culling strike is worse now than it's ever been in the past. Like I know Mike is still a big fan of it, but like,
wait.
First of all, I don't
Smoke
even.
Bomb having a huge travel distance is a detriment on the bosses. No, it isn't. You get to teleport where your cursor is.
Yeah, it goes to the mouse.
Yeah, it literally goes to the mouse.
Smoke Bomb better than shift. That's not where I thought this conversation was going. You know what? I'm okay with it. It's spicy. It looks good. It's a good conversation piece. I'll keep it there. Wild. Mobility. As mobility, it's B tier, utility S tier. Yeah, but like the combination of those two things. We're not making two separate tier lists.
Yeah,
like
my humble opinion is the Silver Shroud on the half cooldown while also being able to reduce that cooldown even further is what puts it here. Personally, on my personal one, I would put it here, but I could see the arguments against it.
How come Rogue has 3 skills that are S and A, and Mage has what? Teleport, Flame Rush, Runic Invocation that are S and A.
Wait, are you saying
I'm noticing something?
Wait, are you saying that there might be a theme to like what's going on?
That's interesting. Hey, I want to pick the next one, okay? I want to pick.
But you did pick the next one, but go ahead.
Well, I'm doing the one. I want to do Wandering Spirits.
Oh, it needs a unique to function. That is a requirement. Yeah. It is pretty good when you do it, but like then you have to like use the fire skill. Like I would put it here.
I think Wandering Spirits.
It also sucks up your evade.
It sucks up your evade. I think Wandering Spirits is like. It was put on my radar because there was a person in Discord who was highlighting it to everybody and like showing off how good it was.
Yeah, I think it's good. It's just it's
completely insane. It's like it's no utility, but it's completely insane mobility. And like if that's what you're in the market for,
So
like
the
there's
biggest
nothing better.
Yeah, it's hard. I haven't played with it personally, so I will leave it.
You should try it sometime. It's pretty
Well,
fucking crazy.
I've been doing like 0 to hero runs for the past fucking 5 months. Dude.
True.
I don't even
Why?
see the fucking
Why
thing.
have you been doing that?
Because I've been working, Perry, for the community.
It's true. You should give it a shot sometimes. Like jump on a high
I will.
level like Warlock or something.
I plan on it. It's just I just haven't had the time to play with it. Remember, it came out this patch.
Yeah, I guess this patch is only like what, a year long?
Oh, shut up. God.
Yeah, I guess
Also, it's super fucking rare. I get a good one.
Flame Rush Javelin. Putting it around Javelin seems fine.
Yeah, I think it's really good, but it sucks up your evade, which all these others don't do. And then it also takes up a skill specialization, which is fine. But the skill specialization
it's got no utility to it.
It's got
and
no
like you're probably not even specking it, honestly.
And it sucks up a ring slot. Because if you're not using it for like the damage and all that, it is literally just a useless ring, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. It's
got like penetration on it or something.
Yeah, yeah. What I mean is like if you're not using it for that, it's like, you know what I mean? Like,
but like it's not even like a movement skill though. Like you use it in addition to like your other movement skill, kind of like Javelin.
It's just like Javelin. Yeah, I agree. But the thing is, Javelin, Healing Hands, and Evade. This would be Transplant and then Wandering Spirits, right? Which is fine. It's fine. I think it's fine. I find it also gives you swiftness. You know that is something to be said.
Sure, got it.
It does give you swiftness to make up for that. So
I did 2 in a row, and like one of them was kind of a weird one with Wandering Spirits. But what do you want to do?
Yeah.
Chthonic Fissure.
As a traversal, it is ass. It locks you in the animation, and it's so slow. Have you tried it?
Does it still T-pose you? Because it used to.
Yeah. I don't know. Okay. It's so bad. It's so funny. People are gonna look at this and be like, "Why is Chthonic Fissure so low? It's so good." As a traversal skill, it's awful.
But like, what about like Chthonic Fissure traversal skill for like leveling or something? Like, does that get any shout out?
You just use Transplant to go faster.
I agree as well. Or like even like an unspec, right?
You didn't put Profane Veil. Profane Veil doesn't count. that doesn't actually move you. That would be on the list of like if we talk about defensive skills like Citadels of Hope and like like Flame Ward or whatever. Profane Veil would be there.
What about someone said that next patch will finally be able to put focus on this list. Which means that they completely forgot that focus is already on this list and can be used as a traversal skill. Have you done it? Have you done focus traversal?
No, I think it's terrible. I like the problem is the opportunity cost. You're gonna be putting it on your bar anyways. Why would you run this over teleport? You know, even unspecialized teleport, because like the thing is like you don't like.
You need to move this in case someone like is paging through the video. Yeah, there you go. Just get it.
Like I'm putting an F literally just because like you're literally just gonna use teleport. And if you're not, you're gonna use the Runic Invocation. If you're not, you're gonna be using like this is like your last option, or okay, it's your second to last option, but it's your last option, right? It's just like I don't know why you ever run it.
So EHG when they added these things in along with a couple of the other ones we're talking about.
Amulet. Wait a moment. With the amulet, right? Mana Guide. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
I don't know about that.
I'm not being serious.
But like EHG did this thing where they just like turned a bunch of skills randomly into traversal skills as well. And like did any of them stick? Like the random ones that they added, they're all bad, right?
Yeah. I don't know why.
I guess summon Stormcrows is part of this.
It was okay. That one was fine, yeah. Only because like Primalist has such bad options. I think that's like, for instance, like let's say you just put focus traversal into like Primalist. Of course they'd fucking use it, right? But the problem is Mage is so loaded that like it's just bad. It'd be insane for Sentinel and Primalist, but since Mage is so loaded, it doesn't matter.
How can you rate it on? Oh, because we just haven't moved it yet on Charian. That's why I would put focus over Surge.
Oh yeah,
it's the tippy top of F.
I don't think you'd ever use it. You would never use it. Like the thing, like who the fuck has used it?
You know why you
Can
use it?
anyone use it?
You
Yeah,
would
what's that?
use it because you're drafting skills in some kind of PvP community event racing to Aberoth, and I draft Focus and you draft Surge.
Oh, we'll talk about Summon Skeletal Mage. That's on the list.
Yes, you know what, let's talk about Summon Skeletal Mage right now because we're already talking about like
I
the skills that got added or got
I would
changed
put
to be
it
traversal skills as
like
well. I think it's fine.
I would put it here.
Yeah.
The utility that it provides is teleporting your minions without needing to use the experimental ethics.
Yeah.
Like it, like that's all you need to tell me,
Mhm.
right? Like that's it. Like there's not really that much of a discussion to be had. Like
Mhm.
teleports your minions, cool. It doesn't give any other utility.
So
pretty much,
Glacier is the next one we talk about. I don't
at
know.
least Surge at least gives some utility.
I don't know why it's it's I don't know.
I mean, it does give the mana on crit, I guess, right? But
It's worse than Chthonic Fissure somehow.
Yeah,
I don't know.
agree. Well, at least Chthonic Fissure does give a lot of utility, right?
Yeah, it
it's
does.
just you're
It does.
comparing it to Transplant, and but then this is
All right, so I feel like this is all of a sudden feedback that we can provide to EHG. It's like Summon Skeletal Mage was a good one. Summon Stormcrow.
My problem is like, why? Just like I would just ask Carve why. Just why? It doesn't do anything.
Like it's the answer is like to give you options, but like
but
I'd rather have different options to choose from.
Sure.
Yeah,
I mean the main reason actually is because of Runic Invocation technically, because teleport doesn't have a tag. So if you need like for some reason,
sure, okay, I hear
tag,
you.
Right?
Well, yeah, and then like Flame Rush is your cold conversion, isn't it?
And Focus has lightning on it. Focus, you can make it lightning, so like that's like why they did it, I think.
Oh,
but,
okay.
Like, that's so niche.
Cool.
Cool.
Let's do Shadow Cascade next because that was.
You're right. It does give increased damage over time. You're right. Yeah, remember Barry the 40% increased damage or 100% increased damage over time or something?
I don't remember that.
Obviously puts it up here, right?
Does that make it better than Surge?
Yeah. You know what? Sure. You know what? Yeah.
Okay, so Shadow Cascade.
This is such a meme.
If you have a shadow
every time though.
If you have a shadow and you cast Shadow Cascade, you can swap places with your shadow. And I remember there was some dev who said like, this is really cool. I'm excited to see what people do with this because you can like hop around with your shadows.
That's so sad.
Like, what?
That's so sad.
If it had a 0-second cooldown, maybe.
Well, no, if it had no mana cost, it doesn't have a cooldown parry. It ramps up in mana cost each time you use it successfully, remember?
No, I don't remember that. I've never read this node.
Recent swap.
I've never used this node.
Shadow step. It says when you directly use Shadow Cascade while targeting a shadow, you swap places with a shadow. This effect consumes mana based on how many times you swapped with places with shadows in the last 5 seconds.
Why?
It's 30 mana per time.
Holy moly, dude. Interesting. No, I did not know that.
Target shadow is in an inaccessible location, and if you have not swapped with the place of shadow in the last 5 seconds, the effect consumes no mana.
All right. Someone said, I don't know where this node is on the tree. I know where this node is on the tree, and I'll tell my story about this. Right before you get your mastery, when you're walking through like the ruined era, there's a place where you can put a shadow and then swap places with it. And I'm pretty sure it still works. So like speedrunners know about this. And Summon Stormcrows, I believe, works as well. I think you can skip with that. I don't think anything else works. I don't. I think Focus works too. But yeah, some of the new movement skills can give you a little campaign skip early game, like level like 19 or 20.
Because they forget about it.
Yeah.
Like let's be real, who's really balancing this?
Runic Invocation. No, Runic Invocation. You don't have it yet because you don't have your mastery yet. It's wild. It's. I don't. It's plus 30 mana cost. Someday,
if it was like 5 or something, maybe.
Well, someday we're gonna have Katarina builds. We're going to spin around and channel our Shadow Cascade. Someday we're gonna have Shadow Cascade swapping places with our shadows.
That's a good question. Any ways to create a shadow at a specific location and a fair distance away quickly? No. No, you can't even use it as a traversal skill. Like it doesn't even teleport you. It just goes where you put it before.
Can you throw a smoke bomb? Oh, no, you can. No, you can bow a smoke bomb, right? And
Yeah.
and after a second, it generates a shadow, right?
Sure. Why wouldn't you just spec traversal smoke bomb anyways?
Because you're wearing the roots of Vathrasil or whatever that make you not be able to move.
Sure.
I don't know,
whatever.
dude.
All right, let's talk about Smite.
Smite done. Where's Smite go? Smite's good. Smite's a good one.
I would say it is the perfect example of a B tier. It requires a target, which puts it down, but it's teleport, which puts it up, and Smite has the 20% attack and cast speed in the flat.
Yep.
I think it's a good solid just B tier. Like you use it if you can.
I feel like Wandering Spirit shouldn't be on this list because it's so weird to place it.
I agree. That's why I was talking about it. Like,
we should take it off the list, shouldn't we?
Yeah,
take it off the list.
We'll put it. You know what?
Well, it's not F tier though. It's just like it's just a weird skill and doesn't quite belong in the list. Can you take it off the list? Just take it off the list. It's fine.
Yeah.
Is Smite better than Javelin? That's a great question.
Yeah. Wait.
I don't think so.
No. Yeah.
No, I think Javelin's better.
Leap either. Yeah. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I would put it there. Yeah.
Better than Void Cleave?
I mean, instant teleport, right?
Yeah, but it needs a target.
Yeah.
I like Void Cleave.
I like it better than Shield Rush.
I like it better than Shield Rush too. I think this is fine.
I like that.
Yeah, like it works. It works when you're out of mana too, right?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it's fine. Okay. It does stuff. It gives you mana regeneration, baby.
We're putting this over here for later.
All right. How about we did Smite. What's kind of like? Let's do Net.
Yeah, Net.
Net gives distance traveled per dexterity.
Yeah. I'm just gonna put it here because I haven't used it, but like I think it's good. It's just like I've never been in a position to use it because like
Smoky bombs, shifts. It's got stiff competition.
And of course, this. I think it's a meme tier skill. I think since it's
meme tier skill or meme tier traversal skill.
Well, when you use it as traversal,
yeah, I think so too.
It's a funny meme.
I think it's kind of like Glacier, kind of like Shadow Cascade or something. Like
I mean, I rate it higher than this because this actually gives utility.
It's got a lot of utility in it.
Like if this was accessible by like Sentinel, it'd be like the best Sentinel traversal skill by far. So
how is Net Net not F when Focus is F?
Because
so it's a good question. Because it's not as embarrassing. That's why.
Like I think the problem is like I don't know why you'd ever because changing it to it's the problem with changing Focus to traversal is it just doesn't work as well as you'd like it to because you're just gonna be like running like at least you get the jump distance, right? It works for mobility. You can make you jump really far, right? Like,
but like focus. It's a good question because like it's kind of a similar comparison, right?
Fine, top of F tier. I think it's better than Focus, but
I think it's better than Focus too.
Yeah.
Weird question. Focus mobility is better than Net.
Well, yeah.
Both are just garbage, give you better skills.
Okay, my problem is like, so if you were to ask me, what would you rather use?
Focus utility is better than Net? No, I think Net utility is better than Focus.
Because you have to channel it. It's a channeled skill.
Yuck.
The mana stuff is fine, but you can do that without turning it into a traversal skill.
Like focus like damage reduction and stuff on it, like flame rush, I guess. Mobility? But like you're just like standing still? Nah.
Yeah, you could just run a better mobility skill. I don't know. It's because the problem is if you think about it and like, wait, how long is the cooldown? You know what? That's actually a good question. Let me go look. I don't remember. It gets a fucking 10-second cooldown. Oh my god, I forgot about that. And then it gets like reduced. Oh yeah, it's all the way down there. I forgot about that. Never mind.
Is it 10-second cooldown?
No, so it starts out with a 10-second cooldown. It has a 4-pointer for 60% increased cooldown recovery speed, and then oh yeah, I forgot about that. No, that doesn't work. Yeah. So this is the move further. Net chills. You know what? I just haven't read these notes as much as I thought I have. Oh no, that's so. Yeah, no, yeah, I would put it here.
All right, if we're revisiting cooldowns to make sure we know what we're talking about, what's I guess I can pull this up as well. Was it teleport cooldown and focus cooldown? Do you know those off the top of your head?
Oh, teleport cooldown's like 4 seconds, while focus is like 4 seconds, I think. But the problem is the good nodes, like the mana stuff, puts it like a 10-second or whatever, right? So
Let me go double check this thing.
yeah, go ahead. Why not? Oh, 5 seconds for teleport. Focus is 4. Time to use focus, baby.
I mean, you don't have to take the cooldown nodes for focus.
Yeah. Then like, why are you using it?
It's a great question because it's a teleport that has rebuke attached to it, I guess.
Yeah.
But like, why are you specking it then?
Yeah. It's just this is such a dumb argument. It's
no,
just,
this is good because like focus has good like mana stuff, which is generally why people use it, which gives it puts a big cooldown on it.
Playing like Mom, like Mind Over Matter, and for some reason you're not using this, and but that's just worse than this because this gives you DR and you can run focus. Like that's the problem, right? You can run this and like.
The tricky part is I don't know the use case for when you want to be doing it. Like what's the build where you want to use like focus as your movement skill? Is Dread still there? Did I mute him or something?
No, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm just laughing just because this conversation is going nowhere.
I don't know. I think I'm okay keeping focus down in F tier.
Yeah, I think it works because F, right?
It's fine. Sure. All right. We got to move on.
We're gonna do Flame. Sure. I don't know, man. They nerfed the mana so hard on it. And they nerfed all the utility on it.
They did, yeah. I mean, it still has a bunch of DR in it.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I haven't played with it recently, so that's why I'm like on the fence about it.
It was like S or like a high A tier.
Yeah.
It was like crazy high defense. Like
almost, it's a lot of investment to make it
die
work now for such a mediocre benefit, right?
I mean, it makes you fast, deals damage.
Yeah, it does make you, yeah.
Has access to a bunch of curses. Yeah. Is it better than Shield Rush?
No, because you have to invest in this to make it work. You don't have to actually invest into shit. Because remember, you have to invest into this to make it work. Remember,
what do you mean, like invest?
The reduced mana channeling. Remember, it like you have like it has a ridiculous mana cost when you spec into everything. Remember?
Yeah. Well,
and then yeah.
I guess I haven't played it like post nerf because I don't know like how many of those nodes you're really going to be specking into.
Like, yeah, like if you want to be doing stuff while also moving with Ghost Flame, yeah, and also so if you want to be going fast while doing it, it jumps up the mana cost.
Like, someone said B tier, and like I'm C tier.
No, yeah, It's better than all these because you can invest into it and be fine with it. It's better than Summon Stormcrows. I mean,
is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would put it here. Just because like after the nerfs, it's just like it's hard to talk about because like it's just like you're trying to think of like you would use it if you're playing like a Chthonic Fissure build and you're doing damage while sitting in Ghost Flame, right? Obviously.
Listen, I'm genuinely happy to have like another skill that's in C tier, not just like one thing by itself.
I'm fine with that.
That's kind of wild.
Speaking about C tier, actually,
yeah,
I would actually put Dancing Strikes there.
So Dancing Strikes almost shouldn't be on this list.
Yeah, it's only because it's got somewhat utility because you can kind of like move across the thing.
You would never use it as a traversal skill, right?
Yeah, I agree. That's why
like Surge traverses. Yeah. Dancing Strikes like moves at walking speed.
On here. I think it's the same thing as this. I don't know why you made me put it
it's because we have to talk about it. I'm just not sure that it actually belongs on the list.
I don't think it does either.
Like we're not going to talk about Phrase Retreat. It doesn't belong on the list. How is Dancing Strikes on here, but Rampage isn't? Because we don't have an icon for it. I don't know. Ask Dread. I think Rampage belongs on the list.
I don't rate Rampage.
It's literally a traversal skill. We have Dancing Strikes and Wandering Spirits.
All right, yeah. Because every single time I watch gameplay of Werebear, I'm seeing them like use Rampage, and they're totally not running into walls constantly.
I think Rampage is like A tier. I think it's great. Totally great. Better than Javelin.
I mean, I could fix it real quick. Let's.
No, you don't worry about it. But like,
No, I can literally fix it in like 5 seconds.
Oh, do we lose progress on this or what?
No, I'll just choose an extra file. I think.
Uh-oh. Don't lose it. Don't lose it.
Wait, what?
Is it animated? Is it offensive? Is it misleading? Oh my god,
Well,
this is
we should use
misleading.
this as our. There you go. We should use that as our fucking.
Yeah, I think Rampage definitely belongs on the list. Like I would put it like, I don't know.
I'll be honest. I think the problem is I was too busy putting on things that don't make sense, like dancing strikes and wandering spirits.
It's part of the overall conversation. It's important.
Here.
Where is it? Werebear. Lunge is good.
Oh fuck. Okay.
Oh no! What did you do?
It's okay. It's okay. It's fine.
Where's the
It's
Werebear?
fine.
It's in there, right?
Yeah, it's in there.
There you go. All right, toss
We'll just
Werebear.
pretend it doesn't exist.
Done.
All right. Yeah. I'm fine with it.
Better than Healing Hands?
Well,
Like Healing Hands doesn't really do anything.
I think the problem is you have to be a Werebear, which like reduces like because you can run this on every Sentinel. You can only run this on Werebear.
Yeah, but like when you're a Werebear, like
yeah, it's just
it's great.
That's such a
It's like a reason to be Werebear. It's really good.
Yeah, fine.
Like there's builds that multi-form just to get access to Rampage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay,
I like it.
I can see that. All right, then we got Spriggan Form, Vault Traversal, Lunge. Those are the last 3. So we can talk about Spriggan Form.
Oh, have we done anything else already?
Yeah, we have. All these are.
Yeah. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, so like, I guess so. We can talk about dive real quick.
Oh,
It's okay. So,
Sure.
yeah. Okay. So dive like what? Like B tier.
yeah. Let me.
It's jerky. It's like small. It doesn't really do anything.
You have to. Wait, don't you have to use it with a fucking spear?
Dive? No.
Yeah, isn't that the node?
Oh no! A
Yeah.
Swarm blade dive.
Oh,
Not
God
fucking
damn it. Why are they-
dive.
Dive bomb.
Not
I'm sorry.
dive bomb.
Oh,
No,
that's the aerial
dive,
assault
dude.
mode.
Come on.
I'm stupid. Okay, I'm sorry because they share the same name.
No, dive bomb. All right, so dive is like it's kind of jerky. It doesn't really do much. Like it maintains Maelstrom for you. Dive's there to proc Maelstrom.
It's literally just there to like it was there to give you evade before evade existed.
Mm-hmm. It's fine. It's like kind of a bare minimum skill. Are we adding
it's
it?
Shift without the benefits. Yeah, I'm adding it right now.
All right. Where does it belong? Is it better than Javelin?
I would put it at C. Like I think that like I don't think it's like something that you're jumping and jiving for. You know what I mean? Like
I'm okay with C tier.
I think it's the top of C tier.
It's a solid role player. It does virtually nothing, but like I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm happy it's
like
there.
it gives you haste and frenzy while you're in Swarm Blade. So
is it better than Shield Rush?
Yeah, I would.
It's less annoying than Shield Rush. Is it better than Smite?
I think the instant teleport's better. I don't know. Like, I guess the mobility on Swarm Blade's pretty good. So it's just like, I don't know. Like, this one's just like a little more questionable. But like, it's just like, are you like the biggest problem is Swarm Blade has been nerfed and changed so many times now already.
I think it's worse than Fury Leap.
Yeah, it could be worse than Fury Leap.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Worse than Skeletal Mage?
Need Reap? I'm not.
We've had 2 people asking about Lich.
I'm not gonna put Reap on here.
That's kind of like a good proportion of how many people actually play Lich.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. All right, let's get this done.
All right, so Spriggan Form technically has a traversal skill, the Ring.
It's the same thing as like Wandering Spirits. Does that count? Do we even put it on here?
We should talk about it, but it doesn't belong on the list.
Yeah. No, I don't think it belongs on the list. It's pretty much
it's like A tier.
It's good when you use it on a Werebear. When you're playing like Vine Bear, it's really good there. That's what I'll say about it.
But with the Ring?
Yeah.
I mean, the Spriggan Ring, like it's an instant teleport. It feels good to use.
It's such
like
a long
it's got an 8-second cooldown, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think here, like it's usable. It's more usable than these because you're forced to use it, but like you're not happy about it, right? You're using it because you're forced to, right?
Is it better than Void Cleave? Are you happier to click it than you are to like Void Cleave?
Yeah, but Calvara, that also requires it specking into like Reaper Forms tree and all that, which like the problem is like you're losing a lot of points from it too. Like there's like a lot of other problems with it. Like we'll bring it up. Fuck it, why not?
Two people started asking about Reperform. So
Fine.
we had like Javelin that can be used along with other movement skills, and then we have like Reap plus Transplant, which you can use
Like
as a Lich.
so the problem is if you're using it alongside with Transplant, Reap has an insane cooldown. You have to spec into that to make that work. You have to like it has such a short distance. It gives you no utility. Like
I think
as
the
though,
last two things you mentioned there are really like the most important. Like it,
yeah, like it
yeah,
gives
like
no utility.
especially
Doesn't
now that
go
we've
fast.
evade in the game, like
I'm putting it here. I'm putting
it doesn't do much.
it's better than all of these,
It's better than
but
nothing.
yeah, it's better than all those. But like that's why I didn't include it.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah, I think it's like no big
great.
deal. It's a skill that you might maybe use because you're gonna have Reperform on your bar anyways.
Yeah,
Like,
and yeah, and you have to spec into it, and it has a long cooldown if you do that.
got opportunity cost nodes, yeah. So we have two skills left.
Yeah, we do. We have volatile reversal and launch.
Are we talking about the current volatile reversal or the
We're talking about
new?
the new one. We're talking about the new one.
Like, so the current volatile reversal is like one of the most fun skills in the game, and it's completely insane. Like,
I would put it up here or like up here.
yeah, somewhere S tier to put it.
If the
But
new one, it has the devouring orb stuff, and that's it.
you think it's
Like,
C tier?
I mean, it's better than Shield Rush, I guess.
I think it's
Yeah.
better than Shield Rush too. Is it
It's
better than Healing Hands?
It's not. It might be better than Void.
We don't know all the nodes in the new volatile
It's
reversal
better
yet.
than It's better. Like it has the devouring orb stuff. That's all we know about so far. It's better than Void Cleave than that because of that. Like the problem is it's getting carried so hard by like the devouring orb utility, right? Because if you're playing the all-consuming devouring orb that we know about already, right?
Yeah, we're talking about the
any
new
combo.
volatile reversal right now. Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's not like it's okay for traversal. Like it teleports, but like it has that cancer animation.
I don't want to call it cancer. I don't like that. But it is like a frustrating like
Frustrating,
quarter second, like half second animation at the beginning. Around Fury
Yeah.
Leap. I think around Fury Leap's fine. Like Fury Leap
it's
is
better than Stormblade. By the way,
I agree with that. Right there, good.
Yeah, that's fine. All right, now for the skill that we're like, it's hard to talk about this as well, by the way, because we don't know everything.
Yeah, like the volatile reversal. I'm looking at it, like it might be like an A tier skill. We don't know all the other nodes.
Lunge.
So
the whole point of this entire fucking side quest.
Yes. So someone said like Lunge is like a top 3 movement skill, and I took that personally. It's got the helmet. The Lunge helmet is huge noob bait. People Reddit loves the Lunge helmet.
Items, but also one of the rarest items in the game, by the way.
Yes, extremely rare item.
Wow, maybe we did find a skill that's worse than Lunge. You're right. It is better than Reperforms Reap.
Is Lunge better than Javelin?
No, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that actually, because you get an extra skill on top of your other movement skill. While Lunge is just Lunge, right?
So Lunge, it can proc Javelin, and like I like that, but like who cares?
Well, it's good for. Well, it's very okay. Yeah, I guess Holy Trail does up it a little bit, right?
Sure,
because it's used in Holy Trail.
It can proc smites as well.
Yeah, that's not used as often though. But
it's got an execute. It's got an execute, but there's also a minimum distance on the execute.
They also nerfed executes too.
And then, like, you need it. The Lunge stuff is very awkward because, like, if you try to lunge to something that's like within melee range of you, it doesn't execute it. You need to like walk away from it and then like
Yeah.
lunge to it, and like then get the
It
execute
gives
there.
you like the pen if you move through stuff, but like that's awful. It also gives you that missing health but you have to spec it, and
But the missing health is good. Well, you spec it because there's not much else to spec into. So lunge has the 2 uses, which is cool, but it guzzles all of your mana, which is kind of frustrating.
Okay, like a better way of going about this. Is it better than Reap on Reaper form?
So I'm going to throw out 2 ideas, one from Twitch chat real quick, but like I guess both have been mentioned already because we're slow to talk. But one is Mike was mentioning during the podcast with Gazzy and Carve that they were talking about like maybe you just like trim 1 second off the cooldown of lunge. And
if Lunge's cooldown was like a second, I could see it being very good. By the way,
or like trimming 1 second off it, not making 1 second.
Oh no, I'm saying if it was 1 second,
Sure.
It'd be insane.
It'd be fun. Yeah,
it'd be
like
good.
even though it has the restriction of only dashing to a target, right? A lot of Lunge's skill tree is like spent on things you're not really interested in doing, like converting it to different elements and then gaining penetration based on the number of monsters that you lunged through. Like
we're just saying it wouldn't be garbage if it was at 1 second cooldown.
Yeah,
that's what we're saying, Guevara. We're just
lunge only being with lunge to a target. I actually don't mind that. I think it's fine.
I don't mind it. If that's going to be the quote unquote downside, it needs to have upsides, right? Which it doesn't.
And the upside, the other thing that I want to mention is like it has huge like benefit of just being like the baseline for the skill is very high because you don't really need to spec into it.
And the heal missing health is really strong. I will say 40% of your missing health when you use it, that is good, right? Like that is really good. If that was on any other skill, like aerial assault, right? It'd be really good, right? Rose, you rate lunge before its rework. I would put it like up here because it gave you like 200% crit chance. Like that was pretty good.
I barely remember anything about the skill tree except for the crit chance.
It used to give you crit chance.
Yeah, I remember that, but like, was there anything different about it?
Nope. That was like the main thing. Everything else was garbage. It was a very old design.
Lunge has idle support for missing HP. You've seen people use those, not intentionally. There's no way. Not intentionally, by accident. Yeah. Where's lunge go?
Where's lunge go? I mean, like let's just start by like, okay, first things off, it's better than all these. It is objectively a movement skill, so like it is at least here. I can at least say that.
Are you happier to click the lunge button than you are the smite button? How about that?
No.
Would you rather click lunge than smite?
No, I would rather click smite. I'd rather click smite.
Oh, smite gives you attack and cast speed.
So
lunge gives you.
You can just stop it there if you want.
I don't. I guess like, you got to spec it. You got to spec it though. That's the difference, right?
Yeah, you have to spec it. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it works without specking it. I mean, because it works without specking it, it's better than this. I can safely say it's better than Reap.
You get way more utility from lunge than smite. Call.
Yeah, like we can like.
Wait,
can, like,
do you?
Do you?
I'm gonna push back on that. What utility do you get from lunge? Like you get an iframe.
That's like I think the heal is like the most important one. That's about it.
I think the attack and cast speed is pretty valuable. I don't.
Yeah, it is indeed.
So lunge has frailty technically.
Okay, invuln. You're invuln with smite because you teleport. Execute. That's garbage now. That's no longer relevant.
It's still heal? Worth it. No.
Heal.
The execute's fine. The lunge heal is definitely better. But like the attack and cast speed is like much more important, right?
I agree. I would rate it over all of that, especially after the nerfs to execute as well. Like I would say, yeah, with the execute and all that, it'd be a little bit better. But like they nerfed the crap out of execute, guys. Like you do not spend long at that point. Like you don't like execute is effectively a non-stat now.
It's difficult to talk about lunge versus smite because smite like it's a real opportunity cost to spec smite as a traversal skill. Yeah. Because like if you're specking it, you want to be using it for damage. And like lunge gains so much just by being unspec'd. Like it nearly does the same thing.
I think that we do it by trial by fire. Okay, let's just like go from bottom up. Okay,
All right, go.
Is Lunge better than Reap from Reaper form?
Yeah, it is.
Is Lunge better than Spriggan form?
Yeah.
Is it better than Stormcrow? Yeah, because it's not attached to a minion. I will say that. Is it better than Ghost Flame?
Yeah.
That's about where yeah.
I think it is.
Is it better than Shield Rush?
Yeah, I think it's better than Shield Rush.
Yeah, I agree.
I'd rather click Shield Rush. Or sorry, I'd rather click a Traversal Lunge than a Traversal Shield Rush.
Now, here's the boss. Is it better than Smite?
Wait, hold on. Twitch chat's already pushing back on us. Are we saying Shield Rush is better than Lunge? Twitch chat, you're wilding right now.
I wouldn't agree with that.
No. Lunge feels
Shield
a lot
Rush,
better to use.
Shield Rush was a lot better back in the day when like you're like objective rushing, but like that doesn't exist anymore. You actually kill stuff for stability now. You're walking past the enemies that give you favor. Like it's not that part of Shield. People used it because you didn't kill mobs Remember back in the day with Class Epoch, you didn't kill mobs, right?
Shield Rush is worse than all the C tiers?
I don't know. Like, this requires an item. This requires a bunch of items. This is stuck on a minion. And this has, like, an 8-second cooldown. So, like, is it?
You know, I guess... Well, so the question that I'm asking myself is, like, how happy am I when I'm clicking the movement skill? And, like, I'm definitely happier clicking Reap than I am clicking Shield Rush.
Yeah.
But it's the context of, like, you're speccing points into it. I guess... This is hard. This is a hard exercise.
Maybe I think what the problem is we do this, and then maybe we do this because it doesn't take as much. Because like I think it's better than this. I think it's better than this. I think it's better than this. Right? I think Shield Rush is better than these three because these three requires items to function. Minion requires item to function.
I love this. I want to read this out loud. The only argument is that Shield Rush and Lunge are such utter garbage that you don't want to spec them. I think that's a bad argument.
It's a good argument.
It's a good observation.
That is a really good argument, though. It's like, why would you want to spec them?
Well, like that, it's saying like the baseline of the skill is quite high, and that's a good thing.
Problem. It's a Sentinel problem. It's
an old skill problem too.
It's not coincidence that Acolyte, Mage, Rogue, Mage, Rogue, Mage, right? Like there's not like there's a reason. Oops. Oh shit! What I do? Aerial slot.
Aerial. There you go.
Okay. Like there's not a coincidence here. Like there's a reason why it's structured the way it is. Runic Invocation is traversal S tier. We've talked about it.
Yeah. We've talked low cooldown and
low cooldown, good utility, has access to CFC. Like it feels good. It's like a different flavor of teleport. Like the fact it has CFC is like what's insane about it.
And like teleport skill tree is like not insane.
Yeah,
like it's fine. It's a serviceable skill tree.
Oh, we're not talking about the jump. The jump, no, we're talking about the actual node that makes it a traversal skill.
I made the mistake as well.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with Lunge being at the bottom of B tier. Like I'm fine with that.
I like okay, how about this? I don't know about Smites, but I do like Void Cleave more than Lunge.
I mean, we could do that. I'm fine with that because like you do have to spec into Smite.
Like I've used a lot of like Void Cleave traversal skill. I'm happier clicking that than I am clicking Lunge. Put Lunge on the top of C tier because of targets. Yeah, I think it's fine.
Well, the problem is you got to remember we're talking about the most mediocre of mediocre. Okay, like
we're arguing Reaper, like bottom of B, like, top of C,
like 0.1% difference, right? Like Reaper form, it's good, but in context, it's not. Shield Rush is just like a mana hog. In general, I think if
Shield Rush costs so much mana.
If Shield Rush shouldn't cost mana, I'm sure it'd be up there. By the way,
well, I feel like Shield Rush is from a time where like they wanted you to use the mana generator to make up for the Shield Rush mana cost.
Yeah,
like you're supposed to
Ghost Flame used to be good, but then they ruined it by multiple different avenues.
They like triple or quadruple nerfed it. I forget.
They like they took it out. Like the only reason I'm putting because Ghost Flame is really good when you invest into it. It's just like without like investment and everything, it's awful. And like all these other skills don't require investment to be good. You know what I mean? Like this requires a bajillion items and stuff and mana regen and all that to be good. These do not, right? In comparison, if that makes sense. That's why I'm putting it here. Is like it can be good with investment, but that's not what we're talking about, are we?
I want to like looking at the S and A tier stuff, like having Werebear and Healing Hands up there. I want to say like I feel like I'm alone in like not liking Healing Hands. I wish Healing Hands had the same like I wish it felt the same as Shield Rush, where like you like your mouse clicks somewhere and your character travels in that direction, not to that point. I really wish they'd make that change.
I like Healing Hands because like I said, it just feels good to use. Every time I get to use Healing Hands, I'm like actually enjoying myself in the video game. Also, as well, we didn't talk about it, but you have also the Forge Guard tech where you run Ring of Shields and you have no cooldown on it. That's another reason why I put it up here. That is a very strong interaction. It makes playing Forge Guard not bad, right? Like that's another reason.
Well, Forge Guard next patch is gonna be insane. It's gonna have a Bleed Vengeance.
Of course.
Big mood. This is a pretty good spread. I feel like we did a good job on this.
Yeah, I think we did too. Let's just go through it again one more time just to like confirm it.
Go ahead.
So Transplant S tier. I agree with this. Haste, Frenzy, good utility, movement.
You're so happy to be like using Transplant every single time.
Yeah, like you're never ever in a position where you're like, oh god, I got a specialized Transplant. Teleport. I'm pretty happy with that. It is like the OG teleport.
Yep.
Let's be real. This is like what other teleports are based off of, pretty much, right?
Yep.
Smoke Bomb, Silver Shroud on such a low cooldown while also feeling good to use. While also
I was gonna put Smoke Bomb on like top of A tier, but you talking about moving it from a 10-second to a 5-second and having the Silver Shroud there. I like it. Good argument.
Turns out automatically dodging is pretty good, guys. Who would have thought? Shift. I mean, I don't even have to argue. Like, it's like,
one of the best movement skills in the game.
Yeah. Runic Invocation. I think CFC hard carries.
You made a good argument in favor of this. Just talking about the low cooldown on it.
Yeah, like CFC and either CFC or low cooldown, either way, like it hard carries.
I'm surprised to see that in S instead of A tier, but
I mean, I could say A tier. I think at the top of A tier. Like, do you think it's better than Aerial Assault? I think it is.
I listen. People in chat, along with myself, haven't used this as a movement skill.
It's really good when you use it as a movement skill.
Okay.
I can. It literally is just like It solves your CFC for you. It gives you so much utility. It gives you like I think it gives you like 15% of your current mana as ward every time you use it, which is actually higher than teleport's ward. Like there's a lot of other reasons. I feel cool doing it. God.
I mean, we talk about Void Cleave as well. Like Void Cleave feels really good when you use it. Like Aerial Assault does too. Yeah.
I don't mind this. I haven't played Falconer, so you know I'm out.
Aerial Assault nuts. It travels way too far, and it also has good utility and builds built into it.
Yeah, Flame Rush is super good. It's just in competition with one of the best skills in the game.
Yep.
So, Werebear form, I agree with the Rampage stuff. I was too lazy to put it on. Healing Hands, I'm putting it here personally. Every time I use it, it's like one of the best things of playing Sentinel right now, in my opinion. But I know you were like questioning.
I don't really enjoy clicking Healing Hands and movement skill. And like
I could put it here.
I had like 2 Sentinel builds that I played recently where I could have just like used Healing Hands. Would you agree
here? Do you think it's better than Fury Leap? I think it's better than Fury Leap.
I feel like my personal emotions are getting in the way of this because like I like Fury Leap more. It seems so clunky, just like the fact that it moves to where your cursor is.
Yeah, I don't
like
feel
most people. Yeah, most people disagree with me.
Well, the reason why I like it is because it travels so far when you actually use it properly. Because if you play in diagonals, it actually goes really far. Javelin, I argued about this for half an hour. We know why. Like I'm pretty happy
like the
with it.
rest of these like B and C tier stuff. I feel like they're also close. Like we don't need to run through these individually.
Fury Leap, Reversal, that requires more context. Teleport minion, just already on a mobile class, feels good to use. Smite, just has good utility. Teleport, has problems, but it's good. Mana Hog also it's clunky in this day and age. Ghost Flame requires a bajillion items to make work. Requires a minion to make work. Requires an item, and also, of course, being in Spriggan form, which is in fact a downside in my opinion. Being in Spriggan form is like a problem. I don't even have to talk about these. I don't have time for them.
You know what? I didn't know what was going to end up at the bottom of the tier, but like seeing Shadow Cascade down there, like I think
in my opinion, like I'll be honest, man, like this is so eye-opening that like maybe Lunge isn't the worst thing in the game, you know?
It's not.
You know, like it's pretty eye-opening, you know? Maybe we're too rude on it.
It could be worse.
It could be worse. You could be Shadow Cascade.
If Lunge was removed and Smite by default was a movement skill, would Sentinel be better or worse?
I think it'd be worse. Smite, like they would put some dumb like restriction or something on it and make like, because Smite is carrying Sentinel right now, like in terms of damage output. So like if like pretty much in my opinion, if they don't touch Smite next patch, Sentinel good. If they touch Smite next patch, Sentinel bad. In my opinion, it's that bad. Like Smite is like Smite is like in terms of DPS, by the way, not in terms of mobility. But yeah. Fissure not good. I told you it was gonna happen. I told you it was gonna happen, Perry. Didn't
What's
I?
that?
Someone asked, "Is Fissure not good?"
No. What?
Someone in chat said, "Is Fissure not good?"
Oh wait. Do you mean Smite Fissure? Or do you mean Chthonic Fissure?
No, Chthonic Fissure.
No, Chthonic Fissure terrible, dude. Don't play it.
Yeah. Well, I told you that like we're gonna put Chthonic Fissure in F, and they're gonna ask like why. Engagement.
No, it's terrible. Yeah. Chthonic Fissure F tier. That's the title of the video.
This requires so much content.
How about this? Lunge is F tier if it's on mage. Yes. Right? It is, right? Context matters?
I think you just put Lunge in like the thumbnail, I think.
Well, hold on. If Lunge is on, if Lunge is like a Spellblade skill, is it better than Surge?
No. Surge does damage, Lunge does not.
But like as a traversal skill. Oh no. As a traversal skill. Yeah. If you put Lunge on a Spellblade.
Surge doesn't require a target.
True.
That's like the biggest
Lunge travels further.
It does, but it also costs a bajillion more mana.
True, it does. But
I'd still take Surge too. Because also with Lunge, sometimes when I click the button, I don't know where I'm going. With Surge, I know exactly where I'm going. You know what I mean? That's
true.
That's another thing to say about Lunge. Because sometimes you can like click Lunge. Like there used to be a time where you'd click Lunge and you could like click on a box, you click on an enemy, you can click on the floor. But like right now with Lunge, like you can like click off it on like off screen, and you're gambling if that's like a spider or a diamond matrix, you know?
Yeah, no, I hear you. Someone said that's the best part about Lunge. It's a surprise. It's a big mood. Listen, I've spent a lot of time making fun of people who numlock their Lunge, and like I certainly wouldn't put that in a build guide. However, like while I'm streaming and I'm talking to Twitch chat at the same time, and I'm just like walking around the screen. Like, I hold down the Lunge button. Just like, take me to the next enemy. I'm ready to fight somebody.
I think holding it down is significantly better than fucking numlocking it. I think that those are two different things.
I think you're a coward if you're not numlocking your movement skill.
All right. Well, let me take a snapshot of this.
Deal. I like it. Yeah. Chthonic Fissure F tier! ! I love it.
I love that so much.